Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NSCAA convention here in beautiful, chilly St. Louis. My name is Giovanni Piccini. I am the State Technical Coordinator in Massachusetts, as well as a member of the National Goalkeeper Academy staff. Today's session is implementing a style of attack through phase play. And it's a great pleasure for me to introduce our clinician today, who is Mr. Lang Wiedemeyer. Lang is the head women's soccer coach at South Dakota State University. He is noted as the architect of this program since its inception in 2000. His teams have excelled at a high level as the program progressed from Division II to the Division I level. Lang holds 9 professional coaching licenses and is a member of the NSCAA Academy staff. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you Lang Wiedemeyer. A nice round of applause, please.
Thanks, Giovanni. We've got the under-17 Lou Hughes team here with us today, so let's give them an initial round of applause for helping us out. And Giovanni's going to be assisting me today as well. I have a lot of friends and colleagues who said they're going to be in the audience today to heckle me, so if they start throwing things, all I ask is you don't hit the players or you have to come and sub for them. So, what we're going to be looking at today is, as Giovanni said, phase play. It's a thematic session for the NSCA. A lot of what we do in our advanced national courses and even into the premier at times. We're going to be looking at imprinting elements of a style of attack from the midfield third into the final third. And I say elements of attack because, as many of you know, it sometimes takes a full season, if not multiple seasons, to really get your teams clicking, to get them understanding their roles, working off one another, reading cues of the game, to create the quality scoring opportunities. So we're going to be trying to build them up, starting with a few patterns, put them into a little bit of full field patterns with some defensive pressure, incrementally adding that pressure to where it gets as close as we can to a real game within our environment. So without further ado, ladies, let's get sorted out into your groups. So find a quadrant so you guys can come down here. So we want 2 down on one end, 2 down this way, 2 down in the far corner, 2 where you're. Who's facing the 2 blues or yellows? You guys are with them. So 2 down there, 2 up here. So ladies, we need 2 of you up here and 2 of you down there. Okay, facing each other. Great. Just 1 ball for the 4. All right. We're going to show you the first tactical pattern that we're going to look at right now. What's your name? Cindy. Cindy. So I'm going to take Cindy's place, and your name is? Jack. Jack? Yeah. Okay. So, Cindy, if I'm going to take Cindy's place, what's going to happen to start with is that as Jack plays me the ball, we're just going to do a little bit of interpassing right here, just 1 and 2 touch. You guys are kind of creating space a little bit. And now what's going to happen is when at some point, Cindy's going to decide to take the ball away from pressure. Then you're going to cut the ball back. That's kind of your cue to get ready. When we play the ball to Jack and she prepares it, I want you to check. And I want you to check wide towards the sideline. Does that make sense? Okay, so when you check towards the sideline, play her the ball. I'm going to come and support. You're going to lay it back off to me, and now you're going to run on a diagonal right towards that corner, and I'm going to play you into that space. Does that make sense? So a little interpassing. You turn to go away, cut the ball back, plays it there. When she gets it and prepares it, what do? Check. You play her the ball. Where do you lay it? Back here, and then what are you doing? Running on the diagonal. You got it? So now, once you've done it that way, you 2 play it. We're creating space, so go ahead, play with her. Jack and I are creating space, just kind of moving a little bit. Fine. Good. When you take it away and then you play it back. So we'll play it from the... Good. Prepare. So check wide. So either of you can play the ball, so check. Good. Lay it back, lay it back. Now you got to come to support. Now I go on the diagonal right here, and you're playing me the ball into space. Got the idea? All right, let's go. All 4 groups working on the same pattern. Okay? Got the idea? So play it back and forth a few times. Play the ball back and forth a few times over there. Play it back and forth. Good. Take it away. Start to take it away. Good. Cut it back. Play your partner. When she prepares it, check. Good. Lay it back. Good. Now you come through. That's it. Good. Now you guys create some space. You guys are passing back and forth a little bit. Good. Just a few passes. Take the ball away. Turn it. It's important, coaches, when we start these things, you got to let them get into a little bit of a rhythm, let them understand a little bit. I'm not worried that it's relatively slow. I'm not worried that things aren't quite dynamic. They have to understand. They have to understand a little bit of the patterns, a little bit of the timing, and then we can start to incrementally add some of the coaching points here. Good. Okay, hold it right there for just a second. Now, one of the things I want you to think about is the timing of our run. So I'm going to take, what's your name? Brooke. I'm going to take Brooke's spot for just a second. So one of the things that happen, play the ball here, take it away, take it away, take it away, cut it back, play that player, go ahead and player, now present it. Now, stop right there. That's our cue to check. Why? What is she doing? The ball's in front of her, so it's in a good place to be able to play. What's her body language telling us? She's ready to play. She's looking up. Her hips are facing us. So that's when I want to be able to kind of hold my area, hold my area, hold my area. And then when I see her present the ball, that's when I want to check. And then I want to check here. I don't want to leave too early. I don't want to leave too late. And now when the ball comes, as the ball is rolling, what's your job now? You got to come and support it, right? You got to give me a little bit easier place to play. And as this ball is playing back, that's your cue to get through. Does that make sense? So think about the timing of each element of what you're doing. When do I need to check? When do I need to support? When do I need to run? All right? Same thing. Try a few more times and see if we can check off just a little bit harder now. Time that run. Coaches, one of the things, the reason I'm asking this player on the inside to take the ball and turn it away is because as we get into the bigger game, what we're going to look to do is change the point of attack quite a bit. And so I want them starting to recognize that when a player starts to turn and come back the other way with the ball individually, that's preparing the other side of the field. That's a tactical cue that we're starting to prepare them to look for later on when we get to bigger numbers. You can also see our goalkeeper here participating, and obviously part of that's because of numbers, but there's also a good portion of it that we've got to teach our players to play with feet. We've got to teach our goalkeepers to be able to be more comfortable with the ball. There's an interesting statistic in Jeff Tipping's article in the Journal about the European Championships that says the goalkeepers from the European Championships last summer used their feet 7 times more often than they did their hands. And so incorporating your goalkeeper into some of these types of activities where they've got to think about weight of the pass and where a player wants the ball and these types of things isn't always a bad thing. Okay, good. Stop standing still. Let's look at kind of the next thing that we want to do here. What's going to happen now is you're going to play the same way. Play it back and forth. So play it to her, play it back. Go ahead, play it back to her. Cut the ball away. Take the ball away. Cut it back. Good. Player. Now, you're going to prepare the ball. That's great, right there. When you prepare it, that's going to be it's the same thing we've been doing. You're going to check. And the difference now is you want to make sure you're at a little bit of an angle behind her, okay? Try not to be square. So create a little bit more space by backing up. Now when the ball comes, you still support it, but I'm not going to use that support. I'm going to dribble. I'm either going to take a dribble and then try to play a 1-2, okay? And then play a 1-2, a little combination right there. Or you also have the opportunity, if you want, to try to clip a ball. And so as the ball comes here, and I can see you over here, I might try to clip it and spin and get this next ball back. All right? So you have an option either to start to dribble horizontally, across the field and play, or you can try to clip it and spin out and get the next ball back. Does that make sense? All right, here we go. Everybody working? Good, and make sure you're running behind. Good, and running behind. Good. They're getting bored down here. They're ready for the ball. Good, make sure you're behind her a little bit. Behind her, you don't want to be square. And you're playing a 1-2 right there. There you go. Good. She presents. Good. Check. Good. And now hold it right there. One of the things I really want to show you. Ladies, look just this way for just a minute. I'm sorry, name again? Cindy. Cindy did a great job right here. One of the things I really like about what you did, come here, Cindy, is by spinning outside. Ladies, look this way so you can get an idea of something that's pretty important. If you're going to try to clip this ball and play it first time into your partner's feet, go ahead, play her the ball, play it in there one time, and show me what you did. Good. She spun out. What's so important about that? What do you think, Jack? If I'm a defender right here and I've been marking Cindy, yeah, she's running off this shoulder, but why is that important? Absolutely, that's one of the great things. Her hips now become open to the field, so if the ball comes in her path, she's much easier to play in that direction, right? What else about relative to the defender? What happens to me now? Huh? Yeah, well, there's 2 versus 1 kind of here, but what else? You're on the right track. I can't see both of you, right? I can't see you and the ball at the same time. And a lot of defenders are going to do, well, they're going to do what? They're going to turn towards this ball as you spin out. And that's going to allow you to penetrate in that space. Does that make sense? Okay. So now what we want to do, we want to change that up just a little bit, okay? We want to change it up now. And so it's the same type of thing here. The difference is I'm going to take Jack's play. So have Cindy play me the ball. Same type of thing. I'll start to dribble away. I'll cut the ball back. Be creative with how you're cutting it back. Start to cut the ball behind your leg. Pull it back. Do some different things. But now what's going to happen is you're going to check. Now look at the difference in where we were playing before. When Jack was playing you the ball last time, when we were going to play the ball to you the last time, where were her hips facing? They were facing like this. That's a pretty good indication that the ball's going to go where? Right here, right? That's the direction I'm going to play based on how my hips are playing. But now as I turn, my hips are a little bit more open. So what does that mean? What do you think that means? Yeah, I can play the ball here, right? So maybe I've released pressure. There's no defenders here. Now I can play this ball directly right here. So what I want to happen now is I still want you to check. Keep coming, okay? Great. Now what's going to happen is I play this ball. Now you realize that you're not going to get the first ball. So what do you need to be doing? How about can you go and support? Now as this ball comes, I don't want you to lay it back, but I want you to play your forward, and I want you to follow your pass. And now, Cindy, I want to see if you can overlap into that space, all right? So as I play this ball, find your partner, good, and follow your pass, and now we're playing that player in, okay? Does that make sense? Now one of you can come down here. She can stay, and you can come down here, and now you guys are passing back and forth till they're ready and have created enough space. You guys see that? Okay? So you're playing it back, so now the player in the middle is getting it, turning, opening the hips. That's a signal that the ball can come right from here. We're playing it and then getting that overlap. All right, let's see how you go. We'll work, that's all right, we'll work with it. Here we go. So play the ball here, turn the other way. Go ahead, turn, cut it back. Good, there's your signal, good. Good, start, go, get into the attack. Play your forward, play your other player and support it. Now you got it, good. And now one of you just comes down here so we make sure we have 2. You guys got the idea? So play it, turn it away. That's all right, turn away. Good, turn away. Come back, open your hips so you can play there. Good, start your run, go, start your run. Good, now follow your pass. In the headband, what's your name? Right here. What's your name? Annie. Instead of follow this pass, and then you're going to create space for her to run into. Does that make sense? All right, so one of you, Annie, you can go ahead and join her down there. All right, ladies, hold it right there. I just want you to do 1 or 2 more. The only difference now that I want is I need you to be a little bit more lively, okay? You've gotten the idea. You guys are doing the patterns very well, but you got to be a little more lively, okay? So when you're not on the ball and you're waiting down there, instead of picking your nails, I'm sure they're pretty, instead of doing that, I need you to be moving a little bit, okay? Can you move a little bit? And now just be ready. Prepare your body to go. All right, so when it's time and she opens up, when Cindy opens up and is ready to play, you're ready to go. You're checking nice and hard. Does that make sense? When you make that run to overlap, get there kind of hard, all right? So just 2 or 3 more. See if you can do it a little bit closer to game pace, all right? Here we go. On your toes, moving. Don't be still. Don't be still. Don't be still. Come on, can you get on the overlap? That's all right. Try it again. Are we a bit confused? Can you be a little more lively? Can you check a little bit harder? Can you make it closer to game? Can you start to check your shoulders? Do some of the things you guys know what to do. Once you, okay, good. All right, come this way. Come on in this way, ladies. Okay, I need my yellow players to go down. I'll take that ball right there, thanks. I need the players that are in yellow to go down towards the corners near where those yellow cones are. See those yellow cones in the corners? I need 4 oranges to go ahead and get on this line, spread out. I need 2 oranges to spread out right here. I need 3 my midfielder blues coming over here. And my 3 forwards, I need a center forward and 2 wings. Okay? And you can sub in a minute. Yeah. Why don't you put her down there since we score, since she's a bit injured, she can come down this side. Take that ball with you if you would, please. Okay, I need 1 person to be the attacking mid, and I need 2 kind of holding mids, or players to, so it's kind of like 2 behind 1. You can put that ball towards the goal. Okay, here's what's going to happen. Oranges, we've got 4 spread out like a right back. You guys play center unless you want to switch, that's fine. Good, right in those areas, that's great. Anywhere in there. Okay, so here's what's going to happen, okay? Keeper, you've got the ball. You can play to anybody. You can play to your yellow players here, or you can play to either of these oranges. So go ahead and play a ball up, wherever you want. Good. Okay, good. Now, the yellow players, you guys you're initially within this and just basically playing into the game, but we don't want you to move too far forward just yet, okay? You'll be able to do that in a minute. So what's happening now is when we get this ball, we're looking for similar patterns now to try to penetrate behind the orange. Orange, to start with, you guys are basically flags, okay, or cones. You've got to stay on your line, in your area. You're just kind of representing, as we said, flags or mannequins or whatever you want to classify it as. So now what we want to do is, can we play a ball? Here's one example. Play a ball up. Can we lay it off here? Good. Now can you go through? And now can we find her through that seam? Excellent. Now as we penetrate, what's the next thing we want to be able to do? Go to the goal. So that means you guys got to get up into the attack. You've got to move into the attack, and I want you to finish as fast as you can. And I want everybody getting up and supporting in the attack. Does that make sense? So, again, the oranges are just hanging out on their line for right now. So, ball back to the goalkeeper. Ready? Open yourselves up. Keeper, play wherever you want. Good. Prepare yourself. Good. Play wherever you want. Good. Yeah, bit off sides. That's okay. Finish it up. Not bad, not bad. All right, ladies, grab another ball. Here we go. Good. Prepare yourselves. Good. Good. Jog it back. Keeper, grab a ball. Hold it. Wait. You got to let them prepare themselves. Ball back to the keeper. Let them get back in. Okay. Now, obviously, what this line also represents with these defenders is what? Offsides. Offsides, right. So we don't want you getting ahead of the play. So this is where we start to work on the timing a little bit. And yes, this is unrealistic because those defenders are going to chase you, but at the same time, you have to be aware of where they are. Okay, so we're just starting to give you some ideas. Now, all right, keeper, you can pick wherever you want to go. Pick wherever you want to. Pick one of the 2 yellows to start with. Play a ball either side. Go ahead. Good, and just hold that ball there. Now, here's what I want you to think about. We've always got to have someone that shows to the ball, and that's going to be you. But remember, how do we want to show to this ball? What do we just work on? Open your hips, sure. Okay, well, she's opened her hips. How do we want to show to this ball? Slow or fast? Fast. When do we leave? No. We can, but we'll get to that in a minute. But right now, if you want the ball at your feet, when do you want to leave? When does she want to leave? What's your name again?
My name's Betsy.
Betsy. When does Betsy want to leave? When she's presented the ball. When she's opened up right here, her hips are facing, eye contact, that's your cue, and we want to check nice and wide right here, okay? Right to this, and you hold the ball. Just hold it. Good. All right. So the timing of the run, nice and hard. When she's ready, she's checking into that area. So we've got somebody showing for the ball, okay? Same thing in midfield. We've got someone showing for the ball, all right? So that might be you, showing for the ball. Name? Tiffany. So Tiffany's showing to the ball. So we've got a midfielder showing. We've got basically a wing showing right here, all right? So the second thing we need is we've got to have someone that's threatening to get through. And what's your name? Emily. So that's going to be Emily right now. Emily's threatening to get behind this line. So we've got players showing, we've got somebody threatening, all right? And we also need somebody to stretch the field, all right? So that's your job over here, Annie, right? So Annie, I want you to go as wide as you can, all the way over, all the way to the side right there, okay? And you're doing the same thing on this side. You're stretching the midfield for us. Does that make sense? Okay? So what are the three things? We've always got to have someone that shows or checks. We've got to have someone that threatens to get through the line, and we've got to have someone that, what else? That stretches the field for us. So you've got to have those three things all the time. So whenever the ball goes, you've got to recognize that's my role. That's what I've got to do. Does that make sense? Ball back to our keeper. You can play it yellow or blue, wherever you want to go. And we play. So somebody's got to be ready. We've got to show. All right, and let's go again. Go ahead, keeper, grab another ball. Heads up. Good. Emily's getting through. All right. And play. Oh, well done. Little ripple for that. That was a pretty nice finish. Oh, you can do better than that. Thank you. Okay. So there's an idea now of some of the things we want to do. So let's play the ball right here. Yeah, go ahead and grab the ball. Jack, right? Lori, sorry. All right, so Lori's got the ball now. So let's look at a similar type of run that we were doing a moment ago, all right? So now, if her hips open up, and what's that a cue for you to do? To check, like where we want you to check. Nice and wide. Pull that defense apart. So find her feet. Go ahead and find her feet. So now, can you dribble in or even pass into Emily's feet, and now can we do a 1-2 in here, right? So as you face up, so Emily's on that line, so maybe attack this player on the dribble, attack her on the dribble. Good. Can you play her and get in behind, and then we're in. Does that make sense? All right? Ready? Here we go. Play. Go to the other side. Good. Attack that player. And, yep. Good, let's go again. Here we go, keeper. Hold up, let him come back. Jog on back. Let's go this side one more, and then we're gonna start to add some pressure here. Ready? Here we go. She opens up, find the check. Good. Support the play. Good. And get in. Good. Okay, I'll get back. Now, here's what's going to happen now. These two midfielders, you have to start where you are. The four backs, the four there, you're still kind of our flags. You're still kind of our cones. If you'll spread out just a little bit more, that'd be great. So, but as soon as the ball leaves the goalkeeper's hands, you guys are live. You're 100%. Okay? If your midfielders win the ball, orange, and I tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to allow you to move side to side on that line. Okay? So you can move side to side on that line and to intercept the ball. So if your team ever wins the ball, you're live. You can move wherever you want, and you're going, and you're trying to either hit either of the two targets in yellow, who are still kind of hanging out there, or the goalkeeper. You're just trying to play your hands or hit them as fast as you can. Once the ball comes to you, if orange wins it, you guys are playing it back in live. You start on the yellows. Make sense? So play wherever you want, goalkeeper. Good, and you're live. Play. These two midfielders are live. Here we go. Good, then don't be all sides there. Giovanni, you're going to have to watch our offsides. I'll have you raise your hand. Go ahead and finish the play. Always finish the play. Good, and jog it back. Coaches, one of the things that happens, again, within the phase play methodology, we're just incrementally adding this pressure. Whenever they're ready, keeper, go ahead and play. Incrementally adding that pressure, giving them a little bit of confidence, giving them some opportunity to understand. It's basically a reference point. It's a reference point. They're giving them some ideas that are starting to imprint on their minds. How do I break this down without the pressure being there right away? Now, of course, the game is slower, and that's okay. And there are going to be some technical breakdowns. But as long as we're starting to imprint that style of attack, give them some ideas, things will come forward. And obviously, they're off, and that'll happen. And it'll get more lively in a minute. Here we go. Hold the ball, keeper. Let him come back. Oranges start on your yellows. And we're live. Go. Well, we wanted to play in. And play. You're live. You're live, Orange. Find one of the targets. And good. That's how you get a point right there. You'll be going to goal soon. Here we go. Ready? Play from you. Go. And stop. Stand still. Okay. Stay right where you are. Thanks for grabbing that ball. Play the ball back to Annie here. Great. Go ahead and kind of wherever you were. All right. Now, one of the things that we talked about is we've got to have, what are our three things? We've got to have someone showing. So we've had someone showing. We've got support here. Are we stretching the field enough? I really want you to think about being as wide as you possibly can so that defender cannot see you and the ball at the same time. Now, can you stretch it for us even more on this side? So, because here's what's going to happen. What do you see right now, Annie? What is the game telling you? Look at this. How many defenders are you up against here? 3. Yeah, 3 defenders. So, do we want to force this ball in right now? What's a better option? Back. So, can you give us a little bit more? There we go. That's a better. And now, you can see how important it is for you right here, Lauren, to be opening up, because now where do we want to go? We want to switch the point of attack. And now as she gets it, that's right. Now we've got, look at that great width right there. That's good. And now I'm fine with our midfielder here if you want to be the person that's threatening. And you just have to recognize that, Emily, and keep away from her so she has room to run. Does that make sense? You see the idea? So ball back to Annie. All right, ready, Annie? Play. And we're live. Good. Open your hips. Open your hips. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Good. Play, 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 play. Finish the play. Finish the play. Finish. Finish. But the game's still continuing. Good. Here we go. And move back. One of the things, coaches, whenever you're ready, whenever they're ready, you can play. One of the things, coaches, that happens a lot, as you can see here, and it happens with my team all the time, whenever we do these types of things and we're going to goal and we're attacking, the players, you know, once they break that pressure, once they've kind of done what they think their job is, they don't finish the play, or they just kind of kick it towards the goalie, or they shank it everywhere. And it's a really important point that they need to finish the play. They need every opportunity to finish the play and score a goal. Good. Aha, I like it, I like it. Finish the play. Come on, get into the attack, Annie. That was pretty good. Let's give him a little bit of a ripple there. That was pretty good. That was pretty good stuff. Okay, let's advance this now, because I know the Orange are tired of hanging out on that line. Am I right? Okay, here's the difference now, all right? Goalkeeper will start with the ball. The difference now is same thing. The 2 midfielder Orange, you guys can go and pressure wherever you want, okay? The 3 of the 4 of the backs can go now. One of you must take a knee. Okay? The 3 of you, you have to start here. And once the ball is played live, you can do whatever you want. So if you want to drop off and go deeper, that's great. If you want to go higher, if you want to push it, press them, whatever you want to do, it's fine. But one of the 4 of you have to take a knee and go down. If your team wins it, you can pop back up and play again. Does that make sense to you? Okay? Ready? Play. All right, here we go. Keep her again. Giovanni, can you grab a few of those? Can you grab her and get some of those balls? Grab some of those balls. Yeah, yeah, and bring them back down to this edge if you can. Thanks. Yeah, yeah, you're live. You're live. One of you's got to be down on the knee. One of the backs. One of the backs has got to be down. Yeah. Can you go help him grab some balls and put them to this wall? Good. You're on. You're on. Oof. Look at that big thing in front of you. Here we go. Ball there. Hold it. Let him get ready. Let him get set. So orange, whenever blue has possession of the ball, one of the four of you have to take a knee. And it doesn't matter which one, okay? You can rotate whenever you want. It's your decision. And then if you win it, you pop up and play, right? Play. Coaches, one of the reasons that I like to put one player down now is because, again, we're incrementally adding that pressure. We're trying to make it a little bit more difficult for them. Most of the players are live, but the blue now have to have a little bit better field awareness. Which orange is down? Where is their space? Is it on the weak side of the field? Is it through the middle? Are they trying to man mark us now? Or are they staying in a zone and staying tight? It makes the blue make a little bit more decision, a little bit better. They have to have a little bit better awareness about where there's going to be space. So like right now, good, play from there. Go ahead. Now, what do we have? We have to have somebody showing. Play, finish. Play it back to him. That's fine. You have to have somebody showing, okay? Somebody stretching, somebody threatening, all right? Each time. Ready? Play. I lost my linesman. Play, 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 play. Play, play. Game's live. Game's live. All right, here we go. Set it back up. Hold it, keeper till they're ready. When you're ready, play. Good, and stop, stand still. Okay, Annie, take the ball back. Come back where you were. Here. I'm sorry, name again? Haley, so come back where you were now. All right, so ball comes to Annie. I like this. She's checked back. You did a great job there, Annie. Get the ball. Go ahead and get the ball from Annie. What does this present for us? What do you think? What do you think, Annie? Think about some different things you might be able to do to penetrate for us right now. Okay, possibly a diagonal ball. Yeah, could be to a corner here. What else did we work on initially that might happen? Yeah, an overlap maybe, okay? So maybe if you dribble into this space, because there's a little bit of space right here between this little pocket here. If she comes across, that's your cue to do what? Right? That's right. Start to go. And now you may not be played. We may be able to play through that seam, or you may not. But even if you don't get played, what's the defense going to do? Probably shift this way if they see that run, which is now going to open up some other people. So we might be able to threaten right here. We might be able to switch the point of attack. Does that make sense? So who played the ball here to Annie? Okay. Where were you in that ball? I think you were up a little bit, weren't you? So go ahead a little bit further up right there. All right, so Annie, come back where you were because you did a great job checking wide. All right, let's find Annie's feet. And Annie, you make whatever decision the game tells you when the ball gets, we're live when you get it. Ready? Here we go. Play. Good. That's okay. Play, play, you're up now. You're up, you're up. Everybody's live. You're up, Orange. You're up, you're up, you're up. When you win the ball, you're up. Good, well done. Here we go, and back again. All right, let's get to more of a live game. Now, Orange, you can start wherever you want. You did not have to start here. The midfielder, you did not have to start on those yellow on the yellow triangles there. You can start wherever you want. Everybody's involved the whole time, okay? Now, the two yellows there, take off your yellows. You guys are like outside backs coming forward into the play. You're all time. You can go wherever you want now within the game, okay? You can go wherever you want within the game now, okay? So it's a regular game now. Orange, when you win it, you're going to goal. That orange, those orange squares right there are the midfield line. So we are playing off sides, okay? We are playing off sides here, so you can't run. If they want to hold their line high and play the trap, then you have to recognize that. If you guys want to drop deeper because your number's down, you have that opportunity as well. You make the decisions, and then blue, you have to react to it. Here we go, play. Good choice. Hold there, Annie. Hold there. Wait till it's, wait, Annie. Nice juggling exhibition, Lauren. Score if you can. Coaches, as you've heard some of the other demonstrators, go ahead and play a throw-in. Play the game now. Play a throw-in. As you've heard some of the other demonstrators, one of the things when we put something new into play, we want to give them a chance to experience it for themselves a little bit. Give them a few minutes to adjust to the game, to solve some of the problems. So often as coaches, we are guilty of jumping right in and start making coaching points right away. Give them a little time to field the game, to solve some of these problems on their own. A couple of things to note is that I've obviously put blue into essentially what would be a 1-4-3-3 if we had a few extra players. And that was just my choice to try to play that, to paint some pictures. But the premise or some of the elements of the style of attack that we're trying to imprint can play with any formation, whether it's a 1-4-5-1, 4-4-2, whatever it may be. The elements are the same. Can you get someone to show? Can you get someone to threaten? Can you get someone to stretch the field? And that's gonna vary on the role and their starting position, and you know, the responsibilities that you place upon them within the game. Let's start from the keeper. Go ahead. Orange, you've got to make a decision now. Where do you want to defend? Okay? Make a decision about where you want to defend. Oh, an inside overlap from an outside back. Pretty courageous. Probably the biggest thing that teams will be guilty of when they do this is they just want to force the ball. They want to shove it down one side of the field. They want to play into a lot of pressure. They're okay with hitting balls that are not quite 100%. And so we're going to try to simplify this for them in just a second as we get going here. Good. Okay. Blue, step back up here. Goalkeeper, grab a ball. Giovanni, do we have that extra player still? We had another player here that was off on the sideline. Is she running? Oh, okay. When she comes back, put her in orange. Okay. Goalkeeper, have the ball. Set up wherever you want orange, wherever you want defensively. And I want you to think a little bit about sometimes dropping back. Because what are the numbers right now? How many players do you have on your team?
6.
How many does blue have? Good answer. All right. So obviously your number's down. So I'm okay. You make decisions, but I want you to think about sometimes where you're going to defend. Do you want to drop off a little bit? You're going to make that decision for your team. Do you want to step up and press? Okay. And then blue, you have to deal with it a little bit. So now, yeah, grab an orange. That would be great. Grab an orange vest. Okay. So now, what are the 3 things we always have to have? When the ball goes wide, where's our outside back? Go ahead. Open up for the ball. Go ahead. Let's play it wide. What are the 3 things we need? Right, so we got to have someone to show. There you go, Annie. We got to have someone that's looking to threaten, and we got to have players that are stretching the field. So we've got an outside back. We've got our other midfielder. Not too much. You want to stagger because we do have players that are real wide. All right. So we've got those three things. So you got to keep thinking, what's my role? When the ball's right here, what's my role? What do I need to be doing? Do I need to be coming to the ball? Do I need to be looking to go through, or supporting it in some way? Okay. Or stretching the field out. So you have two choices right now. What I want you to think about is, can I penetrate? Can I play a ball that penetrates? Meaning, can I play a ball that gets behind the defense? Right? So obviously the best pass that you can make is if Emily goes deep and you can play it over the top into her feet where she can get it. Not a 50-50 ball that she's got to struggle for, but a ball that she can get. Why is that the best ball? It's the highest option. It's into space, but there's something more important. Why is that the best ball? She could play a ball that, and I can see you cheating already because you're expecting it. That's pretty intelligent, but slide over a little bit. Why is that the best ball that she can play? Okay, right. We're taking players out of the game. So if you played this ball, we would take 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5, 6. Potentially we could take that many players out of the game with one ball. So if we could do that and play a ball that's a good chance we're going to keep it, that's great. All right? Does that make sense? And if you can't play that ball, can you set someone else up who will play that ball? So our first look is going to be, how can we penetrate and how quickly can we go? If we can't penetrate, then what's our next option? To switch it. That's right. So there's your two options. Can we play a ball or set up a ball that penetrates, or if we can't, can we switch the point of attack? Because look what we've got over there. Look at that isolation. Look how much time and space she has. Make sense? Play. Play, 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 play. Play a corner. Play a corner, Orange. You earned it. Go ahead, play a corner. One of the things now, coaches, is the game gets a little bit more free-flowing, and there's a little bit more challenge. It obviously becomes more realistic in this sense. And we play throw-ins, we play corners, we play goal kicks, and everything else. Go ahead, whenever you're ready, play. The other thing that you got to think about now is that the transition is where the game is won or lost for the most part. All right. Very seldom will teams be able to work the ball from the goalkeeper through 3 lines and up the field and score a goal. It happens, but not all that often. Most goals come from when they win the ball. No, that's all right. They can play from there. It's fine. Go ahead and play. Play. You're live. Most goals happen from winning the ball and then that person making a decision. Do we counterattack? Do we keep the possession of the ball? Do we build up from wherever we've won the ball forward? Or do we try to penetrate as fast as possible? And so those are some of the decisions now we're going to start to look at within imprinting their style of play. And are they figuring out their roles when they win that ball in that moment of transition? The other important note is that, go ahead, play, it's a live game. The other important note is that I've been obviously working with the blue team primarily. As youth coaches, you would obviously be working with both teams, moving them around. With my college team, I would be moving players around to different teams and giving them the same amount of coaching. For right now, we're working with one team for the simplicity of explaining things and having, for this coaching course, or for the demonstration. And stop, stand still. Stay, right where you are. Stay. Come back, Emily. Okay, I'm sorry, name again? No. Suzanne. Suzanne wins this ball now in transition, okay? Emily's here, Annie's there, you're there. We've got players showing, but what don't we have? We don't have maybe enough stretch. When we win this ball, you've got to get wider, and we certainly don't have anybody doing what? Threatening, right? So now when she starts to run at you, Emily, can you bend your run and maybe get in behind? Can you open up now and get your hips? Annie, can you guys open up and get your hips facing the field now, where we might be able to play a ball into that space for you? Or if that defender backs off, then we can play into your feet. Does that make sense? So if we can play, yeah, don't cheat there. Come on back. You're pretty smart there, but we're trying to paint a picture here. All right. So what we're looking at doing, what we're looking at now is, can you play that ball? So now I want you to back up and take that space away. So now, what does this picture tell you? Where's the best ball to play now? Yeah, where wide? Right at her feet. What is this? Go ahead and play that ball in there. Go ahead and play. What is this a great situation now? What have we set up here? Yeah, well, right now it's what? 1v1. And we're into our attacking third. We're 1v1 on a flank. So what do you think I'd tell that person? What do you think, Emily? What should we tell her? This is a good time to do what? Yeah, try to beat her 1v1, right? Okay? So, again, by getting that stretched, by getting that width, we're creating that 1v1 opportunity or a through ball, one of the two. We're still got to find a way to threaten within that. So, ball back here. Back up a little bit. Back up, everybody. Take about 3 or 4 steps this way. Ready? Play. Go. You can run with the ball. You can play it, whatever you want to do. The back pass. We haven't worked on that one yet. What do you see? And stop standing still. Oh. Okay. Bring the ball back. Bring the ball back to her. Good. Fall back into where you were. Now, I like your decision. Why are you trying to go this way with the ball? Because everybody was on this side, okay? So now how do we make that a little bit easier, a little bit safer to make sure we keep possession of the ball? Right. Yeah, we can potentially use our goalkeeper, all right? Of course, we're looking at this being the midfield third, so that might not really be an option on the big field. So we've got to have good support here. Now, we've got players stretching it from that point. So as soon as we decide to recycle the ball a little bit, now our roles change, don't they? And you may not be able to threaten right away, Emily, but you have to prepare to threaten, or you have to prepare to show. Does that make sense? All right, so let's find this ball here, and we're live. Go. Good. How fast can we get there? Good. Nice. Think about your options. Ooh, good try. Here we go. Find where you need to be. Find your space. Find your shape right away, Annie. Can you push a little higher, Annie? Can you push a little higher? This is where I want you coordinating. What do you want to do with your team? Figure out how you want to play your defense. And stop, stand still. Oh, this is a good idea. Good ideas. Just stay right where you are. Goalkeeper, can you play her another ball right now? Okay, good. Now, one of the things that we've talked about is showing and trying to get the ball to the feet. One of the things that I like that Annie's doing right now, and she may or may not recognize it, but you're baiting this player. Okay? We call this an early check. And so sometimes, even if we show to the ball before it's ready to be played, it's like a dummy run. We're trying to suck this player in, and you've done that really well right now, okay? So really the ball is not to her feet right now because she's brought this defender way up. And I saw you found Emily right here. That's a great pass. But now as this ball comes into Emily, what are you doing? You're spinning off and getting that ball in behind her. Does that make sense? Okay. So where are my 4 backs? And again, I know this is how the situation was, but let's recreate this as a little bit more of where it may be in the game. So Suzanne, is it? Slide over. Sorry. Candace. Sorry. Candace, come on over here. Now you going up where you were. Okay. So now the idea is the ball may not go wide initially. It may come in here to Emily. So come on, play this ball into Emily. And now, so Annie, you spin and get into this space. And now we've just penetrated there because you've checked early. You've sucked that player out of that place, and now we've been able to create space here. Does that make sense? Okay. Play the ball back. We're going to let the ball come into Emily, and then it's live. So you can do whatever you want at that time. Ready? Play. Ah, brilliant. Good. Play. It's a live game. So coaches, obviously really the next phase of what we would do is working on, just to keep the game going, I'm sure. The next phase is really working on now what happens, how do we create those opportunities in the last 30 yards? What do we do? What are we doing with our runs in the box? Do we want them to go end line? Are we playing balls early in? That's the next phase of what we would do, and we can talk a little bit about that, but it's almost like a separate topic unto itself. It's almost like final third, and this is really looking at midfield to final third. How are we creating those initial opportunities? Because as you know, you've got lots and lots of repetition, lots of reference points just within this activity, within this session, and then it becomes informational overload for your players if you start to add too many things too soon for them. How are we stretching it here? Stretch. Wide, real wide. Make that player not be able to see both of you. Play a throw. If it hit the board, play a throw in. Or keep playing. That's okay too. Good. Okay. Ladies, a few more minutes here. Goalkeeper, grab the ball. Orange, drop off a little bit. Now I'm gonna dictate a little bit for your defense. You can knock that ball to the goal if you want. Orange, I want you to drop off here a little bit. Drop off so you're in this half of the field for a little bit and wait for them to play defense. Let's see what blue does now. Okay? Here we go. Play. I was over in Holland a few years ago. One of the most interesting things that I picked up from some of the Dutch coaching was that they always look at both sides of the ball. And although we're not really coaching the defense, and I haven't really made that many adjustments for either team, one of the things I wanted to see is if orange changes their starting position and drops, how does blue handle it? What are the cues that they see now that dictate, do they make different decisions? Or do they keep trying to do the same things in a different area of the field? Because that's relative to the game. Not every team's going to play a high line. Some are going to drop a little bit deeper. And obviously where they're winning the ball makes a difference as well. So you want to see, sometimes you can organize the defense a little bit to make the game a little more realistic, to paint a different picture, to get players to see different ideas. Play a throw in. So it's the same thing now. Now, Emily, can you give us more length? Can you get a little bit higher, Emily? Can you get a little bit higher so you're in a better place? And stop, stand still. Stop, stand still. Up. Okay, look at the two of you. This is where the coordination comes in between the two of you because you are running into the same spaces. And we have nobody threatening. Look where the center back is here. So a threatening run is right on the edge of that line. Okay? Right on the edge of that line here waiting for the ball. You can check off of that line. You can bait that player. You can run beyond them. You can run across that line. You can get out of that space if you want to, but there's got to be somebody as high up as their last defender. Does that make sense? So this is your starting point as much as possible. Now, if you choose to check from here, I'm okay with that. It's your decision, but that's got to be your starting point. Now, you've got to recognize that we may not want to take away this passing lane. So can you give us a little bit more spacing right now? Does that make sense? Okay. Good, Annie. Keep us width. Keep as much width as you can. Now we might have a, now we make, these players make some decisions, don't we? Because she can't take away your passing lane and mark her player at the same time. She's got to make a decision. If she chooses to stay in tight and take away this passing lane, who's open now? Our wing, right? If she tries to go wide, go ahead, go wide and mark that player. Now what have you created? You've created a passing lane. Does that make sense? But it all comes from, this all starts from your shape, from where your starting point. All right, choose wherever you want to go. You can choose wherever you want to go, inside or out. Ready? Play. Play a throw. Width, width, width. Good. Good. Now you get the midfielder involved. That's great. Something else that's really important, coaches, to think about with setting up how you want your team to attack are the personalities within your team. For instance, with my college team, the two starting wings for us, we have one player who's very fast, very good 1v1, loves to take players on, very good at getting the byline, turning the corner. We have another player who isn't as fast, isn't as good as beating a player down the end line, but is great at cutting the ball across the defense to unbalance them that way. So the way we play is relative to the personality and the strengths of the wings or the players that are in the game. And obviously, as those players are subbed in or out, it changes the personality. So when we talk about taking a full season or seasons to be able to get your team to be on the same page, this is what it's all about. It's not just about structuring and giving them ideas about how to attack. It's also about playing to the personalities and the strengths of your players. And now, how are you best going to utilize those strengths in order to be able to create quality scoring opportunities? Oh, that's a great throw. Good. What's your role now? What's your role? And stop, stand still. Okay. Stop, stand still. Come on back where you were. Who played the ball back to you? Play it back to her. Andy did? Okay, great. Now, this is good. We've won the ball. Here's our transition. What is the game telling you right now? Yeah, look at how congested this is right now. Okay? So that's got to tell you, you've got to be able to take this picture in your mind, and now your first touch dictates where we got to go. That's right. So ball, bring your ball back. Show me where your first touch has got to go. And we're live. Play. Awesome. That's a great play. Oh, counterattack. Good counter. Good counter. That's the enemy. That's the enemy. You're not supposed to climb for them. Here we go. Here we go. Sort yourselves out. Where's your first touch got to go? You're playing back into pressure. It's fine. You're back into the pressure. Don't play into the pressure. Stop, stand still. Okay. Stop, stand still. Stop, stand still. Okay. You're playing back into the pressure. Playing back into the pressure. Too much here. Use your goalkeeper if you have to, but play out of the pressure. Look what we've got on the other side of the field. If we can play the ball in 1 or 2 passes to that person, she's going to be in. She's going to get isolation and be able to go 1v1 or combine to get into the space that we've created. But if it takes us too many or too long, then we've lost that ability. Okay? Play out of the pressure. Play. Prepare to play, to find it. There we go. Good. Good, good. Keep it if we have to. And now, coaches, what you just saw there is a typical ball. It's a 50-50 ball. It's a little bit of, we've passed it too many times. We better go forward. We better try to go forward. Play a throw. Play a throw in. Play a throw in, Annie. Hit. Play the game. Play the game. Ladies, hop, hop, hop. Play the game. There you go. Play a throw in because the ball went out, right? Play a throw in, Annie. A throw in. Am I speaking Greek? Good. Play another throw. All right, ladies. 5-minute game. 5-minute game. 0-0. 5-minute game. Oh, good try. Corner. Did they go in? I don't think so. There's not a hole in the net, is there? Corner, corner. 5-minute game. You've been doing too much strength training. Too much strength training. Good, that's excellent. What do you see? Yes, good effort, good effort. Way to get that width, Annie, good job. Here we go, find your shape, find your shape. No, it's a throw-in. Orange throw. I guess. Good. Now your moment of decision. What do we need to do? Good, good. Don't force it. Good. Come on, get in behind her now. Good try, good try. Good transition. One pass beat the whole team. One pass beat the whole team there to create a shot. Here we go. Oof. Find your shape. Good effort. One minute left in the game. Somebody's got to win. And it better be blue. Oh, it's a great ball. "35 seconds. Find a way to score. How's your width? Well done. All right, ladies, come on in. Keepers, come on in. Stand side by side. Stand side by side, face the crowd. Give them a little bow. Little round of applause for the team. Thanks, ladies. I appreciate it. You can take, thanks a lot, guys, for your help. Yep. You can take your bibs and just put them over there. That'd be great. Thanks. So, coaches, just kind of in summary, phase of play, looking at imprinting a style of play, elements of a style of play, midfield into the attack. We started with some patterns just to give them a little bit of an idea, a little bit of hints, and obviously moving off of that into something that incrementally adds that pressure to more of a game. And we do stuff like this with our team all the time, even throughout the season, to where just to the timing of their runs, the coordination, the recognition of the different personalities on the field changes where they go, based on who has the ball, where they're winning it, those types of things. So, as Giovanni mentioned, I'll be over at the quick goal tent if anybody has any other questions. So, thank you.